Welcome to Crime Never Forgiven, where the shadows of true crime linger long after the headlines fade. Here we don't just tell stories, we resurrect the silenced, the forgotten, the devoured by darkness. Tonight we descend into a tale that turned drains into graves, neighbors into monsters, and justice into a ghost story. This is the Nithari Chronicles, a warning whispered across 2 decades. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell to never miss the truth behind the world's darkest crimes. And in the comments, share what chills you most about this case. Let's begin. It was October 2005 when the drain first spoke, not in words but in rot. A stench so vile it clung to the air, to the mud-caked bricks, to the severed arm coiled like a serpent in the filth. Rajesh's hands shook as he pried open the plastic bag. His daughter's gold bangle glinted in the muck. Priya's, the one she wore the day she vanished. Nearby, a woman screamed, clutching her son's wrist. "That's my Dev's bracelet," she wailed. But the crowd had already turned into a storm. "The police said they ran away," shouted a man. "Liar!" hissed a grandmother, spitting curses stained red with beetle. And in the shadows of a neem tree, a boy watched, his eyes hollow. He'd seen Priya dragged into the bungalow weeks ago, her sneakers kicking dust. He never told anyone. Who would believe a rag picker's word? Fast forward to December. Meera Varma slammed her laptop shut, her editor's indifference a wall she couldn't climb. 7 kids missing, all from the slums. No press conferences, no posters. "They're ghosts," she muttered. Anand leaned back, arms crossed. "Sensationalism. Focus on the mall openings." Meera stood, cold fury in her voice. "If I find the ghosts, will you print their stories?" That night, in her cramped apartment, she stared at photos. Priya 9, Rohan 12, Sanya 7, all last seen near Swarn Jayanti Park. Her phone buzzed. A tip. Ask the cook at Shiv Sagar Dhaba about the sweet uncle. The sweet uncle, Satish Malhotra. Picture him, a military posture, a smile like a blade. In his bungalow's garden, he offered ladoos to street kids. "More sugar, beta?" He'd purr. Behind the iron gate, his partner Ramesh licked his lips. "The girl today," he hissed, "the one with the red hair ribbon." Satish nodded. "The drain hungers. We must purify." Downstairs in a basement shrine, school bags hung like trophies. A pot bubbled on the stove. "Priya's heart today," Ramesh whispered, stirring. Upstairs, Sanya whimpered in a locked closet, her wrists raw, humming a lullaby her mother once sang. Meera found the cook, Gopal, wiping his hands on a greasy apron. "I saw Priya," he muttered. "Sweet uncle gave her a candy, then dragged her to his car. But the cops," he spat, "said I was drunk." "Why tell me now?" Meera asked. Gopal glanced over his shoulder. "My nephew vanished last week, 10 years old. Sharma sir said, 'Boys run away, stop wasting my time.'" Suddenly a motorcycle roared past, hurling a brick through the window. Shards exploded. Meera ducked. "They know," Gopal whispered. "Let me take you back to Satish's childhood." Young Satish hiding under his cot as his father's belt cracked. "Weakling," the man roared. "Only the strong survive." Years later in the army, Satish learned precision, the art of control, but the voices never left. Flash forward, 2001, a psychiatric ward. Ramesh sneered. "You're a monster." Satish smiled. "Number, we're surgeons. Society's cancer needs excision." Present day. Ramesh cornered Rohan in an alley, syringe glinting. "Don't move, Chikna," he cooed. "You'll fly soon." January 2006. Meera posed as a maid, scrubbing marble floors. At midnight, she slipped into the basement. The air reeked of bleach and something sweeter. A freezer hummed. Inside, jars labeled Priya's eyes, Rohan's tongue. Footsteps echoed. She hid behind rice sacks. Satish descended, holding Sanya's wrist. "Naughty girl," he chided. "You'll learn." Upstairs, Ramesh sang a nursery rhyme, sharpening a cleaver. Meera fled, her mind ablaze. The next day, she confronted Inspector Sharma. "Arrest them!" Sharma lit a beady. "No bodies, no case." Diwali 2006. A lavish feast in Satish's bungalow. Politicians feasted on kebabs. Mira lurked outside, snapping photos. Satish toasted, "Noida's future!" as Ramesh passed wine. Inside, Sanya scratched at her closet door. "Please," she sobbed, "let me go." That night, Satish visited Mira's flat. She opened the door to find him smiling, a box of chocolates in hand. "Stop this," he said softly, "or you'll vanish too." She slammed the door. He chuckled. "Brave girl." February 2006. Mira returned with Gopal and a hidden camera. They tunneled through the bungalow's wall, finding the basement. Sanya's scream pierced the dark. Ramesh lunged, but Gopal tackled him. Knives flashed. Mira freed Sanya, whose eyes were twin voids of terror. Satish appeared, gun raised. "Gun. You don't understand," he barked. "They were already dead. The world killed them first." A shot rang out. Gopal fell, clutching his chest. Mira fled with Sanya, the killer's roar echoing, "You'll never bury the truth." 2007 courtroom. Satish and Ramesh sat stoic as prosecutors displayed jars of organs. A juror vomited. "Why?" the judge demanded. Satish stood. "Because no one cared when we screamed." He pointed at the slum families. "You ate their children long before we took their flesh." The gallery erupted. Mira testified, her voice shaking. "They're not victims. They're monsters." Guilty, death sentences. But as guards led them away, Ramesh winked. The drain remembers. 2023. A child's sneaker floats in the drain. Construction workers pause. A new bungalow rises where Satish's stood. Mira, now head of a missing persons NGO, visits the memorial. Sanaya, 24, lights a candle. "They're still out there," she whispers. "The sweet uncles." Behind them, a man watches, pocketing a candy wrapper. In his basement, a freezer hums. The drain gurgles, hungry, and it always will be. Because the drain doesn't forget. It waits. It listens. For the next sweet smile, the next forgotten scream, for the next sweet uncle with a candy wrapper in his pocket. The drain gurgles, hungry, and it always will be. Because evil doesn't die. It waits, hidden in plain sight, in sweet smiles, in candy wrappers, in the silence of those who look away. Satish and Ramesh are gone, but their shadows linger. Ask yourself, who's watching you from the edges of the light? If this story kept you awake tonight, hit that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think happened to the children the drain never gave back? And don't forget to follow Crime Never Forgiven for more dives into the abyss, because some crimes are never truly buried.